Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, know the voice of the guys, me, really real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
Ugh, not a good day. Could have been horrible, but it's not a good day. Down one unit. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Sparks and Lynx go over in the Camp Day game. And you know what? Built in confidence, feel good, cash that already. Okay. Get to the Mystics game, and it's just a barn burner in the second half. I mean, the first half, I'm sorry. Oh, it's so slow and just up and down, and just a bunch of missed shots, like a lot of missed shots in the first half. And shout out to Sidney Johnson. He makes the adjustments. The offense gets flowing in the second half, but by then it's a little too late. And so I don't get the Mystics first half team total over. Sonia Citron shot 4 threes. She missed all four. So nothing on the over 1.5 threes. I should have waited. And that's what I should have did. And I can own that. I should have waited just a little bit more until the Asia was officially ruled out news. And then I just went in on Kiki because Kiki had a good day. Even though she started out early foul trouble, she ended up having a good day. And I ended up betting her, but I didn't give it out on the show. And so that's really frustrating. So I should have just, well, I probably shouldn't have waited. I should have just went with my gut and just went with Kiki early. And that's what I'm talking about. I make the decision making right now for me is just not at a good level. So like if you're fading me, let me go big for this. By the way, shout out to the Valkyries and Gabby Williams for making this week way better than what it looks like on paper here. 2-1 dog got the first half cashes, got Gabby PRA. Like those are a lot of bets that were able to at least make it look decent for me, but very, very disappointing. Now, let me go small here. Uh my decision making is just not there right now. So, you know what? Fade away. Fade away. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. It don't matter. I'll take one for the team. I'm always a team player. Always a team player. So fade away if you need to, because clearly my decision making is just not there right now. However, I did stay away from the Sparks first half, and they ended up blowing that towards the end of the first half. So I'm actually happy that I didn't do that. That would have been another bet that I would have lost, and that would have really, really been my 13th reason why. All right. Before we get to the two plays that I want to give, well, actually three plays that I want to give out here today. We're going to start something new on the show today as well. Talk about that in a second. But first, I got to remind you about the Clyde Drexler signed jersey, courtesy of our friends over there at pristineauction.com. Make sure you subscribe over there to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and comment on any Fast Break Bets video, and you'll have a chance to win that Clyde Drexler signed jersey. Again, courtesy of our friends over there at pristineauction.com. Check them out. And make sure you go get into that contest and have a chance to win that jersey at the end of the month. Okay, multiple things to talk about here. Let's get to it. The first thing to talk about, the Indiana Fever going up against the, well, this is actually isn't the first thing. But we'll save that other one for last. So yeah, this will be the first thing. Indiana Fever going up against the Atlanta Dream. Dream are catching 2 on the road. 167.5 is the total. And you have the Fever who are trying to figure things out right now. Caitlin Clark just came back. They just had a loss to my Valkyries. And now you have also the Atlanta Dream, who have been a really, really solid team all year. So, where do I have these two teams stacked up right now? Well, I think it's very interesting because the Atlanta Dream have been a tale of two totals at home and on the road. At home, they primarily gone under. On the road, they have primarily gone over 5-2-1 to the over this season on the road. As a road dog, they are 4-0 to the over this season. You look at what they're doing on the road, they're giving up 80.8 points per game. Now, that's not horrible. It's not, but if you look at the difference of what they do at home, and you've got about a 7 point gap there defensively, like they are really, really locked down defensively on the road. And I mean, on at home here and on the road, they kind of play to the pace. Things get up on them a little bit more. They allow some more scoring, but they do scoring in their own right. They are the fourth best offense on the road this season. Indiana Fever are a great home team, 84.8 points per game at home. That is fifth in the WNBA in that category. They love to push the pace behind Caitlin Clark and get that tempo up, 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 and it gets more shots up at the rim. And then they like to try to play in transition. But this Atlanta Dream team is no slouch. Like they play slow at home, but they are perfectly fine picking up the pace on the road here and playing to the speed of the Indiana Fever. Look at the Fever and what they've done at home this season. They've been very, very good to their team total, and opponents have been good to the opponent's team total. Opponent's team total is 5-3 this season, and you have a 5-3 record for the Indiana Fever at home as well. So I I I'm going to continue to go with the over trends. You look at what these two teams have done, and their previous matchups have aligned with where the Atlanta Dreams stand in terms of going under at home and going over on the road here. Three games they've already had prior to this game this season. You've had the stinker where Indiana couldn't score at all on the road, and that went way under the total. They went under in total in Atlanta again here, where the Indiana Fever actually did get the win 81-76. And then it was the game in Indiana 91-90, where that one soared over the total. So it's been overs in Indiana, unders in Atlanta for these two teams this season. And that jives with not only the trends, but how I like these two teams. I like the pace for Indiana at home where they run up and down, up and down. They get that crowd behind them. Caitlin Clark starts throwing outlet passes and they start pushing up the scoring. And the Atlanta Dream are no slouches. They're going to put up their own threes. Ryan Howard is really, really good in this matchup. And Carlos Mesco is not afraid to put Caitlin Clark in the action and make her have to defend. And that is going to open up the scoring. It was what 80 points that they gave up to a Valkyries team that really doesn't want to score on the road like that. I think that the defense still has some question marks here with me with Stephanie White for the Indiana Fever. I think this game goes over. Give me over 167.5. And I guess that means that y'all probably taking under, which is cool with me. I'm not hating. All right. Before we get to the next game that I want to talk to you about, I have to mention that we need to talk about the Daily Juice. All right, so tune in to the Daily Juice podcast to get host Matt Perrault's top picks across all major sports. It's not just basketball. Matt's over there. He's betting everything. He's betting golf, UFC, baseball. He'll even dab in the W a little bit. Like Matt's over there betting everything. So make sure you go check out Matt Perrault. Check out the Daily Juice podcast over there on the Betting Pros YouTube channel or whatever you get your podcast and start winning today. All right, let's get into the second play that I would like to give out to you. And it is time for a revenge spot because last game, the Connecticut Sun finally got another win and snapped the losing streak at home playing the Seattle Storm. The Storm were laying 17.5 in that game, but it was also a very, very early game for the Storm. It was at 8 o'clock a.m. game for them on the West Coast. And Camp Day, all of that, plus the Connecticut Sun have been better at home. I will give them that much credit. However, they're on the road here playing the Seattle Storm. And this is going to be the fade spot. I didn't want to lay the 18.5 points, even though I wouldn't be surprised if they just completely, utterly annihilated them at home here. But I am going to take the team total over 87.5 for the Seattle Storm. All right. Here's where I'm at on the total. You have a Connecticut Sun team who have been horrible defensively on the road. They have given up 90.1 points per game on the road. That is dead last in the WNBA this season. I mean, it's any way you want to score it, they let you. So The Storm are 6-3 to their team total at home this season. And then you have Connecticut Sun, I'm sorry, the Connecticut Sun, that in their last 5 games on the road are giving up 91.8 points per game. It has been very, very bad. They flew all the way over to Seattle for this game now. And I think that there's a little bit of a letdown spot after getting that win and feeling a little bit more confident. And here comes the adjustments by Noel Quinn. And this is what Seattle does. They start to turn up the offense and they really, really allow to put pressure. That's why Gabby Williams, and we're playing Gabby Williams again. I didn't have to mention that. But Gabby Williams, Skylar Diggins-Smith have been so good with the ball in their hands and then just rotating and getting it over to the bigs and allowing NECA and Ezzy to be able to cook in these matchups. I think this is a game where Seattle's going to take that personally and they're going to want to get it back in blood. It's an automatic revenge spot for them. And I like them to go ahead and get it done here. It's going to be a late game. Late game for the East Coast, 10 p.m. on the East Coast here. I think Seattle Storm come in here. They're ready to play business. They're ready to get revenge, and they dominate the Connecticut Sun. Give me the Seattle Storm to go over their team total of 87.5. Now, time for something fun. We are we are in the summertime. Trust me, I know we're in the summertime. I don't know where you all live right now, but it is hot. It's been rainy recently too. That's how you know you in the summertime. It's been real. I mean, rain, 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 rain. Hot and rain just do not mix. It really doesn't. So we're going to be adding some Degen plays because basketball never ends. We have Summer League. We have Big Three that's going on. I'm not going to dabble in the Big Three this week. I like to give that a month and just understand who the teams are and what's going on, see everybody a couple of games, few games, and then dive into the Big Three. So that'll be next week. But this week, we're going to start our Degen Summer picks. These aren't going to be, official plays for the record, but I like to bet because it's fun. Like, I just like to bet for the fun of it. I have my side account. Of course, I want to win and continue to win. But like, I just bet for the fun of it. And so my Degen Summer picks are going to be those Summer League picks, those Big Three picks, the TBT picks, all of that stuff that's just going to be like extra fun in the bankroll. The NBA draft pick, that was a Degen Summer bet. So like all of this stuff, we're just gonna have little extra picks. Don't go crazy. You don't even really have to listen to this. I'm just telling you what I'm betting, just to have a little bit extra on my card here and have some fun over the summertime. So with that being said, here's my Degen Summer pick for Friday. And I'm going over to Summer League. So earlier game, I like the Memphis Grizzlies over the Boston Celtics in Summer League to get it done. They are currently laying a number of 4. I took them at 4. I think Memphis Grizzlies are going to be able to be one of the better teams, if not one of the best teams here in this Summer League. They go and they bring Jalen Wells back playing in Summer League, and Jalen Wells talked about it. Like, he just wants to play ball and he wants to go out somewhere and get some meaningful minutes and have this opportunity to shine and succeed. Now, do I think Jalen Wells is going to play the entirety of Summer League because he was just such a big part of that, of what Memphis wanted to do? He was in the starting lineup. He was guarding the best players a lot of nights. I don't think that they're going to roll him out the entire Summer League, but game 1, I think he's going to have an excess of minutes here. GG Jackson, young player that they don't get enough minutes in the regular season. They want to give him some extra minutes in the Summer League. There's a reason why Memphis has been very solid in Summer League from year to year to year to year. It's because they draft well, they develop their young talent, and they give them opportunities to succeed. And they're serious about going out there and trying to win these Summer League games. The Boston Celtics, on the other hand, they do have 5 draft picks that are going to be playing on this team. So they have some cohesion here. They have the guys that they want. And it looks like Bayer Schillerman is going to be the guy. And he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot this Summer League. And they're going to really depend on him. I just don't think that it's going to 100% completely fall in line for them off the rip. They're still going to be playing a lot of the same style of the 3 and D. And so if the threes aren't falling, it could get really, really ugly for the Boston Celtics. Now, this would be fun because Kenny Lofton Jr. is playing in the Summer League for the Celtics here. I'm interested to see how much run they let him get in this game. It just feels like that they're going to they brought him in as an extra body, but they're going to prioritize giving some other people minutes. So I'm not as certain on what the Boston Celtics are doing this summer league, but I am very, very certain that I still trust the Memphis Grizzlies. I like them to win summer league as well, along with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I have a couple of futures there, if anybody was wondering. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just trust Memphis, and I'm going to get some early action in summer league just so I can have some action going earlier in the day. 4 p.m. on the East Coast is when this game tips. So if you're going to bet or if you're going to fade me, then you want to, go ahead and get in early. But I like the Memphis Grizzlies to get this done. So with that, that is it. I have the Dream Fever over 167. I have the Seattle Storm team total over 87.5 against the Connecticut Sun, and my Degen Summer pick. Not going on the official record, but I am making the bet for fun. It's going to be a lower of a unit size as well, just for fun here. Memphis Grizzlies laying 4 here in Summer League. All right. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give me a follow on X at BettingPros on X and TikTok at BettingPros NFL on Instagram and YouTube.com/BettingPros, where you can, one more time, subscribe, have a chance to win that Clyde Drexler signed jersey. Don't forget to leave a comment as well. And with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast, just going to like this. Please, dark cloud, whatever dark cloud that just kind of went over me on the podcast picks, please just kind of go away. We're out of here.